Hello and welcome back to Compelled to Impact. Today we're going to talk about how to know if you are a cycle breaker. Oops. What if the heaviness you've carried wasn't just about you? What if the struggles you faced were connected to something bigger? Patterns that have been passed down through generations. Trauma and hardship that has followed your family for generations in one form or another. It may be waiting for someone courageous enough to say, "This stops here." If you feel that tug in your spirit, that call to be a cycle breaker, it's no small thing. It's not just about your own personal healing. It's about opening the door for God to redeem what was fragmented and rewrite the story for those who came before you and those who will come after you. That doesn't mean the story changes the way it is, the way you remember it, or the way they remember it. It's the fact that you can go back and you can redeem their not knowing and your not knowing by being a cycle breaker. But it's not an easy task. Following through as a cycle breaker means you are willing, committed, and dedicated. This is not because it's easy. However, since you know what's at stake, you are choosing faith over fear. You are choosing surrender over silence. And you are choosing release and redemption over the repetition of pain. And here's the beautiful truth. You're not doing this alone. God Himself, Source, the supreme grace of the universe, steps into the space your decision can open up. He takes the weight of generational trauma, offenses, and sorrow and turns it into something redemptive. Your obedience to follow your questioning becomes the seed of freedom that grows into a legacy of healing. Here's how this works. You see something that isn't quite right, which places a seeking question in your mind and in your heart. In the wondering, you begin to feel restless or uncomfortable, remaining in the way, if things remain in the way that they've always been. The doorway didn't just appear, it has always been there. Your curiosity has made it seem more clear, more visible, sitting there just waiting for you or someone in your lineage to be inspired to walk through. This is the way a divine calling works. There's never pressure or pushing you into it. You are called into it by your desire, interest, and eagerness to know and to change things. The more you pursue it, the more obvious it becomes to you. To God, God and angelic beings are waiting to walk through this with you. You are not alone doing this. Now, I need to say that not everyone will be as excited as you to follow this purpose. One reason is because if it's in your heart to do it, everyone else will not necessarily understand. The thing is when we're all on the same level, we are all seeing things the same way. But if you choose to rise above that level and they're still down here, it can be very uncomfortable for everyone. And it's okay. And you can expect that. You can even expect them to be angry or hurt or somehow not accept what you are doing. That doesn't make what you're doing wrong. It just means that they're not ready for that cycle to break. And that's okay too, because we're all in a different spot, right? We're all on the same, not the same journey, but we're all on a journey and we're all in different places at different times of our lives. So even if your motivation is true, most people will not want to see you learn or expose secrets that need to be addressed so they can be released and surrendered. They may be happy the way things are because, as the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It may not be hurting them, and the situation might fit nicely into their goals, into their agenda. At any rate, if there's a possibility of you moving from the level you've been onto another level, even just a little bit higher, you will meet with resistance. And that's okay too. You can't expect everyone to be in the same space that you're in. So it's best not to make a big deal of it. Keep a record of what you're doing and how it's going so that you can at least look back at some point and see the difference that you've made. You don't need anyone else in agreement or validating your quest. It's hard because the leader goes alone. The leader, the person in the front is almost always alone. You're the leader, after all. You're like a knight in the days of old, following your personal rite of passage through this transformation. It might also be just one piece of the puzzle, but it's the one that has caused a gap that only you are able to build a bridge for. You can know that for a fact because you are the one who noticed it. My advice is to address this task somewhat quietly as part of your personal assignment while you're here. You probably won't have many cheerleaders. You might, but once you begin, you will know without a doubt the satisfaction that you are not alone. We each have our own tasks specific to who we are and our skills, gifts, and abilities. If you've been called to this, don't give up. Don't let discouragement or doubt convince you that it doesn't matter. Your follow through is the bridge that God uses to carry your family into a new future. So stay faithful, stay committed, break the cycle, because when you do, you're not only setting yourself free, you're redeeming the story for generations before you and planting hope for generations yet to come. If you feel this stir something in your spirit, leave a comment and I'll be keeping you lifted up in prayer for your courage and tenacity in your quest. I'll end this here. And as soon as I figure out where I'm going to build a community, which I'm pretty sure it will be in Ghost, on the Ghost blogging platform, which I will leave a link to in the description. You'll be able to join for more personal encouragement and mentoring. Meanwhile, be brave, courageous, and always do what works for you to live excellently, give generously, and love lavishly. As always, love from the fullness of my heart, and I wish you all the best always. Ciao.